Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PHLY Eagles postgame show, live from the Xfinity Lounge and presented by Bet365 and Ashley. And that was a lot more like it as the Eagles take care of business against the Las Vegas Raiders, 31-0. I've got the great Fran Duffy next to me today. Vinny Curry taking the day off. Got a brand new baby at home. We'll see him again next week. Congratulations to the Currys.
Congratulations.
Give it up in the chat for the Currys. Jamie Lynch is here. I'm Bo Wulf. Let's go around the horn. Your big takeaways from this blowout victory, the get-right game that was a get-right game. We start with you, Fran.
It was one of those things where it's a relief when you have what is gearing up to be a get-right game to follow through with that, right? And so you go in expecting that the Eagles should win. They should win comfortably, and then they take care of business on both sides of the football. Offense is efficient. You get some explosive plays. You get a little bit of the run game, some creativity. You get efficient play from your starting quarterback. And then the defense does what the defense continues to do, and that's just play extremely sound football, and they just put the clamps on this Raiders offense.
Over to you, Jamie.
Yeah, I don't want it to get lost that, the Raiders suck. Yeah, the Raiders do suck, but this couldn't have gone any better for the Eagles today. From every element of they did a little bit of everything on offense. The defense shut down a really bad team, and hopefully this is, a snowball effect of getting right here as they gear up for the playoffs with only 3 games left. You needed this. You needed to, as I said at halftime, you needed to see the ball go through the hoop. And it was a Steph Curry swish today.
Yes, I think we will talk mostly about the offense and what we saw in this game and their attempt to get right, as it were. Jalen Hurts finishes 12 of 15 for 175 yards and 3 touchdowns, throws a nice 27-yard touchdown to A.J. Brown on his final throw of the game. But let's give the defense their flowers here to start. The Las Vegas Raiders in this game, 75 yards from scrimmage. That's what they gained. 75 yards in the game and getting shut out. That is the fewest yards gained by any team in the NFL this season. It's the fewest yards gained by any team in the NFL since 2023. So a dominating performance from the Eagles defense. Kenny Pickett finishes 15 of 25 for 64 yards and an interception. Ashton Jeanty bottled up to the tune of 9 carries for 35 yards. And the pass rush did have its effect on this game. Nolan Smith gets home. Moro Ojomo gets home. And BG, our compatriot here at PHLY, gets home for 2 sacks and becomes the oldest player in Eagles franchise history to record a sack. So some flowers for the defense in a dominating performance against an offense that is very bad, and we expected them to dominate, but a shutout is a shutout.
That's what you do. I mean, that's what you do against bad teams. Good teams dominate bad teams. And so if you are an Eagles fan that haven't gotten too far in the dumps and you've been pessimistic or you've been optimistic through this stretch, through this losing streak, this is a light that you're looking at and saying okay, can this be a turning point? Can this be a pivot point for the Eagles where now it's, all right, you get this win here. You take care of business against Washington. You win a couple of these games here down the stretch, and then you kind of recognize, you look in the mirror and you say oh yeah, we're the reigning Super Bowl champs. This is the 2024 version of ourselves. Can they get all the way back there? Probably not realistic that they get to that level, but if you can get some semblance of that, you can get positive momentum rolling into the postseason.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of felt like they were a one-and-done team, but to your point, if they can get this rolling over the final 4 games, maybe all of a sudden that changes, and you're at home versus a favorable matchup. You win one. You never know what can happen. I mean, even in 2017, in that playoff run, it looked pretty bad versus the Falcons at halftime.
Sure.
And then it all just clicked. So there's a good team in there still. Hopefully these are the baby steps to the bigger goal here.
Offensively, let's talk a little bit, Fran, about what you saw them do in terms of the game plan here. Because results-wise, obviously, very good. Their best success rate of the season, 59.1% of the time. Their highest design run percent of the season at exactly 2/3 running the ball. Second best EPA per drive. Obviously, 31 points is very good for them. They hadn't scored over 21 points since the bye. And this Raiders defense coming in was not as bad as the Raiders offense. So, NFL caliber at the very least. What did you see from, I was going to say Shane Steichen. Eagles fans wish from Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni in terms of the way that they built out this attack.
Yeah, I think. Look, they clearly wanted to assert themselves on the ground, and that was certainly a big part of what they were trying to do early on in this game. You made the point as we were watching. It's like, all right, like every first down, I felt like, all right, they're going under center. We're seeing a lot of run game. That said, I thought that they did some good things from a creativity standpoint in the pass game. I thought that there were things that were kind of meshed well together. I mentioned that during the halftime show, and we're going to get into it in the next segment when I break down that Dallas Goedert touchdown on the shovel pass. Like that complemented what they were doing in the run game throughout the course of that opening drive. And so you see the run game married together with the pass game. Jalen Hurts was extremely efficient. The ball rarely hit the ground today. And in a game after you have 4 interceptions, that's just good to see. You come out, take care of the football. You were aggressive down the field, but you were also just incredibly efficient. This is what you're looking for if you were an Eagles fan.
58% of the time, the Eagles were under center in this game, Fran. That is a season high, and I'm guessing it's the highest they've had in a very long time.
My guess is it's going to be up there. I have a next-gen stat from Jalen Hurts in this game against zone coverage. Jalen Hurts completed 12 of 15 for 175 yards and a touchdown. That's the total box score in the win. 9 completions for 161 yards and a touchdown on just 10 attempts against zone. So they played, it was 2/3 zone coverage from the Raiders, which again, this is now 3 weeks in a row that teams have gone against their profile in terms of playing a little bit more man coverage against the Eagles. I thought that's notable, but Jalen Hurts, a 90% completion rate against zone coverage, 16.1 yards per attempt against zone coverage, both career highs in this game. Now, the way that the Raiders play zone coverage, it's not the same as what the Chargers do in playing zone coverage, where the Chargers, it's a lot of pattern match, a lot of disguise, show 2 high, then convert to 1 high, show 1 high, convert to 2 high, and constantly keep quarterbacks guessing. Raiders are very they're very static. They got caught in the touchdown for A.J. Brown that was a rotated coverage, but for the most part, what you see is what you get with that defense. So they're a little bit stationary, so that can be a little bit easier, but give credit where credit's due. I mean, Jalen balled out today. A really, really efficient day.
Once again, 12 of 15 for 175 yards, 3 touchdowns. The throw to A.J. was very nice. I know you're going to break that one down for us in a little bit. And Jamie, you've been calling for Dallas Goedert to get involved in the offense. Good game for him today, 6 for 70 and 2 touchdowns, although it should have been 3.
Should have been 3. Yeah, this offense just looks and feels better when Dallas Goedert is a part of it. Like, they're going across the field, the middle a little bit more. Some of those late leaking, like, block, dump outs are always open. They just feel like a better offense when he's involved. Over that 6-week stretch, it felt like he had 7 catches, maybe. Like, he was completely removed from the offense for, like, a 6-week period. So it's good to have him back.
Now, Jamie, a week ago, people in the chat are calling for Jalen Hurts' job. Quarterback controversy. For the first time this season, we get to see Tanner McKee throw the ball 3 of 3 for 33 yards. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I was wondering why you went and had a cigarette once Darius Cooper caught
there was a point in the fourth quarter there. We've got the Eagles. We've got a 3-screen setup here. Very nice at PHLY on game day. We've got the Eagles on the main screen in the middle. We got the Eagles game on a bit of a delay, like a 10-second delay, so you can watch the replay on the right. And then we've got Red Zone on the left. And there's a point where it's Tanner McKee dotting up Darius Cooper. And then on Red Zone, it's Christian Ellis making a big play against the Bills.
All your
and
boys.
like the Eagles, I think I got my swag back. Feeling good.
There was a while where Bo had to stay seated for much of that fourth quarter.
Knocking all kinds of things down here. All right.
Yeah, he looked good in his very small sample size.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
But I thought the probably most interesting thing about Jalen's day was actually, he looks like he gets hurt. Final play of the third quarter. And it's like, oh man, is he going to come out? And then Tanner's going to come in. And then he throws the beautiful touchdown pass to A.J. Brown. It's his last throw of the game. And you saw the emotion from him afterwards. Uncharacteristic, especially in a game that was already this lopsided. This was not a game-winning play. This was kind of a narrative-busting play. And I think you saw that for as cool as Jalen Hurts always plays it on the outside, I think he was aware that this was the kind of week that he has not dealt with in a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, and he knew it coming, literally walking off the field.
Yeah.
Last week, on Monday night, that this was good, that this was coming for him this week, and so being able to see him react that way, I'm sure everybody inside that building was happy to see it. The other aspect of it, he had 7 runs today, 5 of them successful. Some of them by design. We saw quarterback draws, some on 3rd and long, 3rd and 12, and he converts a 3rd and 13. He gets a 13-yarder on 3rd and 12. We had zone reads. We had some, there was a RPO where he kept it and ran it. So there were a handful of runs there, all by different designs that he was able to get home for. So I think that you said during the week, and rightfully so, Jalen was missing a little bit of that swagger, and I'm interested to see what the attitude is like with him post game as well.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear from EJ, to hear what the locker room is like.
Listen, we're all kind of hoping that this will be like Jalen, just go straight to the podium.
Yeah.
We don't need to wait around this time. Let's go straight out there.
He always keeps us waiting.
Maybe not going to happen. All right, let's take our first break here. On the other side, Fran is going to break down some of the biggest plays from this game. 31-0, the Eagles 9-5. Magic number in the NFC East is down to 2. With the Cowboys playing tonight, all of a sudden, Philadelphia can sort of exhale a little bit. So the other day I'm at Gianni's place. He invites me over to watch the game and have a chicken vodka wrap. We're going to talk about Kenny Pickett, all the good stuff. And I get there, and the wrap was delicious. But the game, terrible. Lagging, buffering, switching apps, trying to find the game. He said he was a big fan. It turns out I was fan-fished because he didn't have Xfinity. And when you have Xfinity, what do you get? You get the action right in your living room. Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like you're in the stadium. It is the perfect fan flex, and sometimes you can even get 4 games going at once because why not? On top of that, real-time notifications, live stats right on your TV. It's the best seat in the house every time. So next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multiview requires Xfinity-capable 4K TV box.
It's the holiday season, and without a doubt, one of my go-to gifts to give every year, because it's always a scramble to know what to give to who. Just go to the Game Time app. You can find someone's favorite concert, someone's favorite theater, someone's favorite game. It's all right there in the Game Time app. And some of the things I love, your fees are included right up front. You're not going to get hit over the head with some hidden fees at the end. They have zone deals. You can follow your own team. And an important one, seat views. You get a picture of the seat you'll be sitting in, plus the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying soccer tickets, World Cup, with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHLY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PHLY for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket. Go. Download the Game Time app today.
All right, we are back on the PHLY Eagles post-game show, and it's time now for Fran's Film Room, presented by our friends at ALLCITY. Let's start with the opening drive, Fran, a 14-play drive. And it started, they needed a penalty on 3rd down to keep that drive going. But after that, sort of a very patient, methodical drive for them that was punched in on a Dallas Goedert touchdown.
Yeah, and just honestly, this drive, it felt like a drive from last year where it wasn't necessarily not the explosive element, but the methodical element that you mentioned. It was, you had a mix of run and pass, mix of different run schemes, but one element we did see over and over again in different forms was counter run action. And so sometimes it was with the running back, sometimes it was with the quarterback. And here we're going to see a play off of that. Now, what you've got here on this play is the Eagles in 12 personnel. So you've got 2 tight ends on the field. You've got A.J. Brown. Here comes Jahan Dotson in motion before the snap. And that's just going to be meant as eye candy. You're going to bring in the defense, everybody looking to the opposite side of the field. The play is actually going to go this direction. Now, what you're going to get here on this play is what looks like it could be quarterback counter. Now, what you've got with counter is you've got a lead blocker who's going to be a kick out. He's going to kick off the defensive end. And then you've got the wrapper that's going to come in and serve as the lead block for whoever the ball carrier is in the backfield. Now, if this were quarterback counter run, basically you'd have Jalen Hurts reading an unblocked defender and deciding, am I going to run behind this block or am I going to hand this ball off to Saquon Barkley to the outside? We saw them hit on numerous explosive plays with this exact concept last year. But as we know, this ends up being a touchdown to Dallas Goedert. This is going to be a shovel pass. If you're the Raiders, you don't see this coming because, again, it looks like counter for basically every step. For these linebackers and these safeties, everybody at the second and third level, this is a great play here from Kevin Patullo and the Eagles offense. Now you pitch this off to Goedert, and now he's off and running. You can see you've got hat on a hat at the second level. Goddard's able to get into the end zone for a touchdown. Really well scripted, well designed, well executed.
Okay. And as you were very excited even during that drive just at seeing the quarterback counter.
Yeah.
Right? And for them to then not only use that, but use the counter to that was
literally
designed.
Yeah, and what was funny about it was like they had hit it a couple times early on in the drive, and then it was one of the first plays when they got inside the 10. They ran counter for like no gain. It was they went for 0 yards or 1 yard. And I said out loud in the studio, or when we're watching, I was like, all right, guys, like they're on to the counter now. And then it was the very next play. They run the counter off the counter with the shovel pass touchdown.
Quick shout out to Lindsay. That looked great.
It was great. It was an excellent job, Lindsay.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, let's go back to that shot as we break down the later Dallas Goedert touchdown after he had dropped the other one.
So this has been described on social media as another shovel pass. Not a shovel pass. This one to me is just a pure, like, you would call this a push sweep. Some of you might call it a jet sweep. This is just a quick. This is a very quick, very good. Yeah,
pop pass.
I call it a pop pass. I think of like Chip Kelly, Brent Selleck, like the quick little like RPO over the seam is like a pop pass.
Okay.
This one, basically what you've got is everybody's blocking it. This is just going to be almost a perimeter run where Jalen Hurts is in the shotgun and he's going to take the snap and it's going to be an instant push right to Dallas Goedert. And again, this is a lateral play meant to hit on the outside. We remember that shovel pass that hits on the inside. Goedert here, he is meant to carry this and just get to the edge, get to the force. So ultimately, if anyone's going to make this play, it's going to be a corner here on the outside. But the Eagles do a good job of, again, getting a hat on a hat here. You got to pin down the defensive end. You don't want any of these outside pursuit players being able to out-leverage the blocking scheme. But they did a great job. Saquon Barkley's going to get out in front here for Dallas Goedert. This is going to be very easy. He's just going to be able to get to the edge. Again, everybody does their job. You build this wall, so now Goedert just goes untouched. This one's not a shovel, but a nice little push pass here to get Goedert into the end zone.
Can I give you a stat?
Sure can.
Jalen Hurts. Now, this was not necessarily the most difficult assignment that Jalen Hurts has ever had.
Okay.
However, Jalen Hurts in this game, 0.78 EPA per dropback. That is the best game of his entire career.
Wow.
By
The EPA per dropback.
By EPA per dropback. Now, so he bounces back from the Chargers game, which was by EPA per dropback, the third worst of his career because he had a couple in 2021, but by, 5 turnovers, the worst of his career.
Right.
And yeah, of course, this is a patsy that he's playing, but how does he respond? In the wind, when he doesn't, we're all talking about before the game, he doesn't usually throw the ball in the wind very well. There were not that many super difficult throws in this game, but in terms of just running the offense, doing the job at hand, had the best game of his career by EPA per dropback.
He had 3 downfield throws, the 7th fewest of his career. I saw this on Next Gen during the break. But he connected on all 3. 3 for 3, 103 yards and a touchdown. So wasn't have to do a ton down the field, but again, just really efficient. Good decisions. It didn't seem like there were any major turndowns. He did a great job.
And just for the record, 70% success rate, also the best of his career.
There we go. This was number 1 success rate at NBA.
Those according to True Media.
It'd be fun to play the Raiders twice a year, wouldn't it?
They should sneak into the playoffs. Why not? Give them a chance. Fantastic. Okay. Last offensive play to break down is the final throw that Jalen Hurts has of this game. And we're wondering, is he going to come back out for this play? And this is the play that elicits that emotion from him. He finds A.J. Brown down the middle of the field.
Yeah, this was a really well-designed play here from the Eagles, and Greg Olsen did a great job of breaking down the coverage aspect of it from the Raiders' end of it during the replay, that this was an inverted cover 2 here from the Raiders, where you're going to get the rookie corner, Darian Porter. He's lined up as a corner here. He's going to drop back as a split safety. So he's going to basically be a cover 2 safety here on this play. And so now A.J. Brown, he's going to be running a skinny post. He's got to beat him to that spot. And he's going to try and settle in between the 2 safeties. But A.J. does an outstanding job here of attacking the leverage of the underneath defender because This defender here, he's going to try and get wide. AJ's trying to create space by working working horizontally and pushing that limit and just creating more of a throwing lane here for Jalen Hurts down the seam. If he is too wide, if he's too shallow with carrying this route down the middle of the field, that's a tighter window for Jalen to be able to display. Now, Jalen, he does a good job with his eyes of looking to the right, making sure this defender can make an impact, this defender, and more importantly, that safety, that other split safety, he's not going to be able to attack this ball in the middle of the field. Jalen Hurts drops back, hits the top of his drop. He's immediately going to get to A.J. Brown. A.J. did a great job here. Greg Olsen pointed out that the corner Porter did not get over top of this, but A.J. did a really good job in his route of making sure he was in position to make this catch.
How about Fran playing through it here today?
We're getting through.
You need a water or something?
I got something. We'll see.
Okay,
We got tea.
Take a second.
You can run out and get you tea.
Jamie and I can talk for a second.
Yeah, we're good. We're all right. We're all right.
How about I read some super chats for you? Then you can read, and then we'll get to your Brandon Graham breakdown here. But we have a few super chats to discuss here. Oreos Nax says, "So that's what you all wanted to see, huh?" There you go.
I was entertained. Yeah.
Very, very nice.
It didn't look
Grand.
terrible.
Floor setting win. Can't say I was confident, but a big relief. Bigger picture offseason question. If he's fired from Baltimore, would Todd Monken be a good option in 2026?
Don't the Baltimore players hate the Baltimore offense? Yeah. Isn't that some of the whispers coming out there?
I respect the question. I think it's a fair dot to connect. I think this is the one day when we can give Kevin Patullo and Jalen Hurts a break.
I think that's fair.
Let's let them at least enjoy today. Steve Clef. So I wasn't fast enough to make a Hard Knocks joke when Bo was telling the McKee Ellis story. So mad I wasn't fast enough to make a Hard Knocks joke. Well, then thank you for paying for it on the back end by giving us a super chat. And then DNB Mix says, Fran, do you think there can be a complementary, cohesive offensive scheme when you pair an under center run game with a spread shotgun passing game?
It's tough. I think that but you can do it. The big thing it will be, look, with every way you line up, and no matter what you're trying to do offensively, you always want to be considered versatile, which is a threat of run, a threat of pass, a threat of being aggressive, and a threat of being conservative, a threat of attacking the middle of the field, and a threat of attacking outside. You can run this route, you can run that route, you can run all the different things. You want the defense to be having to go through. What are the different things they can do from this look? If you only line up an empty and all you do is one play out of it, you're super predictable. If when you go under center, if all you do is run duo, everyone knows, all right, they're under center, run a duo. So the more you can do from every look, the better. So yeah, you can do it, but it just requires that you are very disciplined with making sure that you stay varied with your different play calls out of those looks.
And what I will say about the way that they were successful on offense in this game that may not be repeatable is that it was not like they fixed the running game in this game. Saquon Barkley, 22 carries for 78 yards. That's 3.5 yards a carry. That's not great.
No.
But I think what they did and what their goal in this game probably was to not get behind the sticks. And I know that can be kind of a maddening thing, but I think they probably were in second and third and medium a little bit more than they had been in past weeks.
Yeah.
And when the passing game was dialing it up as well as it was today, that's successful. Jalen Hurts, obviously, the numbers that we've talked about, but I don't think that's super sustainable against better defenses, but it's encouraging that the passing game was able to handle that and led the way today.
Am I wrong? Am I on an island here? The run game felt better than that today.
It felt better.
To me, I think that a lot of it was like there was like a -4, there was like a -4, there was a -2, there was a -6.
Yeah.
There were a handful of
negative
plays.
were bigger relatively.
Yes.
Negative plays.
That first
Plus,
drive.
Tank Bigsby looked better too.
Yeah.
17 for 57, but a bunch of that at the end. And then Jalen, as you mentioned, 7 for 39.
Yeah.
I think that felt better too.
And
You noted that you felt like they were getting more movement up front.
It seemed that way in the first half for sure.
Yeah, and Saquon ripped off too in the third quarter late.
Yep.
For like 10 plus. So yeah, it did feel better.
Second week in a row he's done that.
Yes, that's true.
2 double-digit runs in a row.
All right, let's flip it over to the defensive side of the ball. And BG, my man, absolutely. And I do appreciate the this is a good team player thing for Cooper DeJean to do. To when he knows that the holding penalty is going to negate Brandon Graham's sack, commit a post-snap penalty, a personal foul, so they take that one, and then your boy gets his sack.
Smart.
We appreciate that.
Heady play.
That's outstanding.
That's
job.
PHLY synergy. Is
Yes.
what that is.
By the way, pretty good shove by Coop there. You guys got some strength to him. Now, there was
that.
a little bit of a flop, but it was a solid
Yeah.
hand check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him a good look.
He's got those heavy hands.
The second one, though, for BG is the one you're going to break down for us.
Yes. I'm going to try not to get too excited. Maybe that'll help me last a little bit longer. All right. So second sack here for Brandon Graham. It happens on 3rd and 6. So he gets the Eagles off the field here on this play. BG lined up at defensive tackle, which is where we've seen him over the last couple of games. Now, the one defender I want you to take note of here, outside of BG, is Quinyon Mitchell, because what we're going to see here from the Raiders is that they're going to send the receiver Trey Tucker on a shallow cross, and then they're going to send their slot receiver on a deep over route. And this is where the synergy from this Eagles back 7 really comes into play, and you start getting into how the rush benefits the coverage and how the coverage can benefit the rush. Last week, the coverage absolutely benefited from the Eagles' pass rush, getting after Justin Herbert over and over and over again. Those guys were barely tested. Here's a good example of the inverse happening, where what you're going to see here from the Raiders is that they're going to send this receiver on the shallow cross. And again, that was Quinyon Mitchell's man. Quinyon is matched up with this guy one-on-one in single coverage. But watch what happens is that Zach Bond is now going to pick up this shallow cross, and you can see the communication happen here with the Eagles. Now, Quinyon, he sees, all right, I'm going to pass my guy off. Now I'm going to fall back in coverage. Meanwhile, by the way, keeping an eye on Brandon Graham, he comes off the ball and just bench presses the guard. Immediately gets an instant pushback, knocks him back one step into the backfield, and then just completely bulldozes him back into the quarterback's lap, into Kenny Pickett's lap. But staying with the coverage aspect, again, Zach Bond picks up the shallow cross. Quinyon recognizes right away, all right, Zach Bond's got my guy. I'm going to fall back here. And you can just see Kenny Pickett's eyes here. He gets locked onto this target. And once he sees that Quinyon Mitchell falls off, he says, look, I can't throw this. If I throw it, Fran's going to get a swooper point because he's got Quinyon Mitchell getting an interception. I can't have that happen. Well, we got to make sure EJ gets the point here. So now he holds on to the football. Quinyon is over here literally getting under this route. And you can see BG is just just abusing this right guard, bench presses him into the quarterback's lap, and that results in us getting the second sack celebration of the afternoon from Brandon Graham.
Fantastic.
BG,
you were trying not to get excited, then you started talking swooper, and that
just took me over the edge.
A little bit, yeah. Somebody mentions the Nolan Smith sack when he does just. Like,
I know.
I mean, there's not much to break down other than just runs the guy over, but he was helped by the chipper a little bit.
He was helped by the chipper. I was trying to get the NFL. So literally when I'm doing these for postgame, I am beholden by the clips that are available to us on social media, right? So find good screen. Because if it's just someone recording their TV, the quality's not good. The screen grab doesn't look good. So I'm like,
buffering,
all right,
lagging, all that. You feel like you're fan-fished.
You're fan-fished. You're fan-fished for these screen grabs. So we'll have to wait for the Nolan Smith sack until tomorrow at 2:00.
Like that. Good tease. All right, that'll do it for Fran's Film Room, sponsored by Ashley. Time for another break here on the PHLY Eagles post-game show. Coming back with much more on the other side, including pretty soon, we hope EJ Smith live from the link with the word from the victorious locker room. Shop best sellers at Ashley, where no matter what your holiday traditions are, you're always at home. Whether you're making extra room with your extendable dining table so your family can make something delicious together, like the crystalline extendable dining set, or creating a cozy space by rearranging a modular seating like the Alyssa Court Performance Fabric Sectional, Ashley's selection of adaptable furniture is here to help carry on your treasured traditions year after year for years to come. Shop holiday deals and make lifelong memories with Ashley.
It's never ordinary at Bet365. Over 90 million users worldwide. That many people can't be wrong. They stream over 780,000 events every single year, and they pioneered live in-game betting. They have the best early payout offers in sports, and in football, you get a little something fun. Thursday Night Football has the $10 safety net bets. Sunday Night Football, part of the $365,000 jackpot, and Monday Night Football, 50% super profit boost tokens on same game parlays. And breaking news from Bet365, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use the code PHLY365, deposit $10, and place a $5 bet to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 and older and physically located in PA. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Shop best sellers at Ashley, where no matter what your holiday traditions are, you're always at home. Whether you're making extra room with our extendable dining table so your family can make something delicious together, or creating a cozy space by rearranging our modular seating, Ashley's selection of adaptable furniture is here. And it's here to help you carry on your treasured traditions, whatever they are, year after year and for years to come. So shop holiday deals and make lifelong memories with Ashley. Back on the PHLY Eagles postgame show following the Eagles' 31-0 victory over the Las Vegas Raiders. And it's time now for the Righteous Felon Beef of the Week. Now, Fran, you're sitting in the Vinny seat.
Yep.
If you're just joining us, Vinny Curry.
A lot of pressure here.
Congratulations to the Curry family. Vinny will be back with us next week. New baby. Very exciting. But you get to be the decider of the Beef of the Week, which goes to the player of the game on either side of the line of scrimmage. Where are you going?
I mean, Nolan Smith got his third sack since returning from injury reserve. Jordan Davis, he continues strong level of play, a bunch of run stops against Ashton Jeanty.
Drew Kendall got to play in this game.
Drew Kendall getting his first
Ty
action.
Robinson
out there. But come on. It's got to be 55. It's got to be Brandon Graham. 2 sacks. I posted per Elias Sports Bureau, the first time a PHLY employee has recorded 2 sacks in a game. You got to go with Brandon Graham here.
True Media has that as well.
There we go.
It's always good to see your coworker contribute to a big win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations to Brandon Graham.
That was
Check out
awesome.
this week's episode of Unblocked with Brandon Graham. I'm sure we'll talk plenty about that and what it felt like to get to do the little.
Do we think he's going to win the Slack channel, win of the week?
Oh, good
that's
question
true.
from Lindsay.
Yeah.
He should be nominated
I'll
for the
nominate
win of
him.
the week. Good point. I like that. Well, that'll do it for the Righteous Felon Beef of the Week. Let me find out some snap counts here for us as we
Snappy snaps?
some snappy snaps.
By the way, we got some OG hickory beef sticks at home.
Oh.
We got a ski trip the last week of the year, and Addie's already planning. She's like, these are perfect for the mountain. Just throw a little Righteous Felon beef stick in the old jacket, and you're good to go for the day.
I see them everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
it's because they're delicious.
Yes.
Snap counts are not fully up yet. Actually, it's just through the first half. So I promised something that I couldn't deliver. I apologize. Okay. Hey, speaking of snap counts, though, can I give you my one complaint of this game?
Jahad Gamble,
Yes.
what do you got?
I mean, it's 31-0.
Yeah.
Nakobe Dean makes an awesome play to get a TFL, but I'm thinking to myself, man, this is the time to have Jahad Campbell on the field. He played, I think, 2 or 3 series while this game was still not over. I mean, it was over, but
Yeah, he had that TFL, and you made the point. You were like, that was a nice play by Nakobe. Can we see Jahad out there?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As soon as it started,
Not a big
I got queasy about it for this reason. And because again, it's not like Jahad has been bad when he's been out there.
Yeah.
I would like to see him more. But
I know. It's hard. It's also, I mean, it was a dominant defensive performance. It is hard to evaluate this defensive performance because it's just that bad on the other side.
so this is next gen. The Eagles allowed the fewest yards by any defense this season in this game, 75 yards against the Raiders.
Yeah,
an average of 1.0 yards per drop back. On first downs, the Eagles allowed a success rate of just 13.3%, 4th lowest of any defense this season. Wow. Just 1 explosive play in the duration of the game. 4th time this season an offense has been held to 1 or fewer explosive plays. The Eagles did not miss a tackle. First game by any defense this season.
Wow, that's a good one.
Brandon Graham earned his first 2 sacks this season on just 7 pass rushes. Quinyon Mitchell notched his 7th game, allowing 10 or fewer yards in coverage this season, the most of any corner. So that's just a
That's why
stat.
I would like to say it does feel like Marcus Epps being at safety instead of Sidney Brown is just a little bit of a clarifying thing on defense and allows there to not just be a big hole. But I think even Sidney Brown today would have been fine against this Raiders team.
Honestly,
by the way, honestly, like anybody's ever said about the Raiders.
I did look it up because I felt the same way that all Eagles fans do when Sidney Brown committed a penalty on special teams. He is in fact tied for the league lead in penalties committed on special teams this season by a non-specialist.
By a non-specialist.
Wow. Good job, Sidney.
But you know who else he's tied with?
Someone we know, obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone we know is someone we know loves.
Someone we know loves. Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Very close.
Who does EJ love?
The only other person who would make sense.
I got nothing. What we got?
Cam Latu.
Oh, really?
He has 4 penalties this year.
I honestly didn't even I wouldn't even have thought of it. Wow.
Yeah.
Man, the Eagles that's a lot of special teams penalties.
They do have a lot of special teams penalties.
Got the 2 leaders.
That was another good thing of today's game. There wasn't a lot of like sloppy BS penalties.
Absolutely right.
They cleaned that up
early.
We talked about everything going right.
3 penalties on the game for the Eagles.
Yeah. I mean, that's a major one because that's inexcusable how sloppy they've been the past couple of weeks.
Very good point. Very good point. This was like everybody settle down, get back to basics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the bunny out of the locker room.
Thank God.
It's just
who gets credit for the bunny kill? Is that Big Dom with the bunny murder under his belt there?
Anybody but AJ Dillon. But
why is he still here?
So big picture in terms of the playoff standings.
Okay.
Let's talk about this now. Eagles' magic number in the NFC East is now 2. They are 2.5 games up on the Cowboys. Cowboys play tonight against the Vikings. At 9-5, the Eagles right now would still slot in as the 3 seed in the NFC.
Feels like that's what they're destined for, right?
I think that is the most likely scenario, yes. Now, it's not crazy for them to catch the Packers and or Bears because obviously they have the tiebreaker over the Packers, but the Packers have a tie, so it's tough for there to be one there. But if the Packers lose, who they play Monday night or they play today?
Packers play today.
Today.
The afternoon, they're playing right now. Or in like 20 minutes because this game ended so fast. Yeah.
This is going to be the most of the afternoon games we've ever gotten to watch.
That's great.
That's true. So even if the Packers win today, the Eagles will be a game and a half back.
Right.
But
that's a
not
great
impossible.
game.
Packers have some tough games. So.
Packers at Broncos. That's a good one.
Oh, that's right. Packers, Broncos.
And Lions, Rams. There's some good games this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes. And
the Chiefs are officially...
And we got Phillip Rivers playing today.
Yeah. Looking like me out there.
Cowboys tonight.
And the Chiefs officially missed the playoffs.
Crazy. And it looked like Mahomes got hurt.
It looks like he got hurt. People are speculating knee, possibly. He didn't get up right away. But yeah, an NFL season where Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs aren't in the playoffs is bonkers.
Wild. Another super chat we have from Go Birds. Howie after the game to Jeffrey Lurie. Tank looked good, but, he's an elite returner in the NFL. We're just going to keep him fresh for the postseason. Good callback. I appreciate it.
I think we've had, or no, I think
Do you think Devin White is texting A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts after the game? Congratulations.
I think he's texting A.J. Dillon, hey, nice try with the bunny. What was worse, the motivational text group or the...
Definitely the bunny.
I mean, the bunny was definitely...
Yeah. I mean, at that point when it was created, Devin White thought he was a leader on defense. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bunny's pretty bad.
Bunny's bad.
At the time he brought in the bunny, A.J. Dillon hadn't been active in like 2 months.
Yeesh.
So, Eagles, next week, Saturday, 5 o'clock, go down to Landover to play the Commanders, who beat the Giants today. And then they, of course, go to Buffalo in 2 weeks. That'll be a difficult test. And then they'll close the season home against the Commanders. And I do think, it would be great if they were to finish this stretch 4-0 and win in Buffalo. 3-1 is totally fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Bills one would give you the most kind of momentum back in the back pocket. But yeah, if you go 3 of the last 4. It's totally fine. Bills came back and beat the Pats today. That's not going to be an easy one up there in Buffalo. But the Commanders, I mean, come on. They can't be playing Jaden Daniels down the stretch here.
No, but there is a real difference between the Commanders and the Raiders. Like,
sure,
the Commanders have some real players. They have real coaches. They're gonna play hard-ish. Like, it's also a division game. That is not going to be as much of a walk in the park. As
No.
it is. I mean, the Eagles lost to the Giants this year, right? Like,
Fair.
It's not going to be the same as today.
The Raiders had 45 yards on the opening drive and 31 or something the rest of the game. No, I don't think the Commanders are going to be that bad.
I do think the Commanders, from a run game standpoint, they could do some things creatively, like X and O wise, that like Chicago did, like with the motion stuff. So I'll be interested to see what the Eagles' answers are from like a pure X and O standpoint.
All right, let me give you a Ace Hardware Home Services temperature check. Temperature check.
Probably make an Ace call this week.
That's right. This is the temperature check presented by our friends at Ace Hardware Home Services. How much does this game, this one performance, assuage your bigger picture concerns about Jalen and the way he's played the last 2 months?
Go to the film to feel better about this feeling, but it's what you wanted to see. If you think that he's going to turn, it's so I would say like if I'm going to grade it on a 1 to 5 scale, with a 5 being like, oh yeah, we are so back. We're like, this offense is back humming, and 1 is like, I'm not moved at all. Probably like a 3.5, 4. Maybe 4 is probably strong. So like 3.
I think a 4 is fine.
4. If 5 is like we are back,
Yeah.
I would say 4 is probably. I'm not quite the 4.
Okay.
4 would be strong.
So here's my issue.
Okay.
If you're going 3.5,
Right, then make it a 10-point scale
Yes.
and go 6. Yeah, I know. Look, I didn't like set. I didn't set it all. I didn't say it all. You know, didn't think it all the way through.
you knew. I think that's fine. The illusion of accuracy is good. Yeah, I think this was a very good. Just okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Like it's
what do you want to say?
It's in there. That's good.
Yep.
And yeah, you keep making the basketball comparisons. I think they saw the ball through the hoop. That's good.
Yep.
And there is also something to, they need to play with some confidence.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
And that goes for the coaches too, which does allow me to go with the one temperature check thing that is going to make me steam, which is, once again, not the difference in this game. Not a big deal. But the Eagles get the ball.
First half.
At the end of the first half. With 3 timeouts.
There's no
30 plus seconds left. Yeah, they're in there at their own 20-yard line. They've been moving the ball against the Raiders. Would you be a bully for once? Please. They run the ball once and let the clock run out. They do this every week. And it was the hardest I've laughed all day because you had a swooper thing here. And we knew exactly what was going to happen. They were just going to turtle. Why are they not allowed to do that? They didn't even get the ball at the start of the second half.
They didn't get the ball at the start of the second half. And what was really funny not funny for me, but what we had a good laugh about it, was as the Eagles are getting ready to go out in the field, they cut to Nick Sirianni, and he's just like pacing the sideline, but he's just walking down the sideline. It literally looks like he's just walking to the tunnel. Like, all right, like, oh yeah, like only got 3, we're done here. It's dumbfounding to me. I don't understand it. To do it time and time and time and time again, especially for a team that just like prides itself on situational football. We want to make sure we rep stuff out. Like, this is a good opportunity against a bad defense. Say, hey, you know what? Like, let's run our 2-minute drill. Let's kind of get our groove back. It's very strange.
They're never going to do it. Like, because today was the perfect time. It was a live practice versus guys.
I mean, there was no downside to doing it today. I mean,
no.
I say no downside. Of course, he could throw a pick 6.
Sure.
Like, whatever.
But even then, like, you're still probably going to beat
points.
the Raiders. Even if he does throw a pick 6 there, it's the perfect opponent to take that chance with.
And to your point about a practice and exactly what you just said, like, at some point they're going to have to run.
Yes.
You would think.
And you're going to need to go get some points. You should try to do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty pathetic.
So that's my Ace Hardware temperature check presented by Ace Hardware Home Services. What are you going to give them a call about this week? What's going on?
We got dishwasher.
Oh.
Yeah, we got.
Sound?
We got
Why
to.
do they
Yeah.
make they're nothing but bad dishwashers.
Yeah, I went. So I'm like, it was doing the thing where like, I got the code. It was like the E55, and I'm like Googling,
yeah,
like, what is
look at it.
E55? So I'm taking it apart the other night. It's like Thursday night, taking it apart. I was able to drain it, and it was like I was able to finally reset. I'm like, yes. Next time I run it, there's water in the bottom. It's got now it won't even turn. It won't let me set it. So I told Meg this morning, I was like, yeah, don't put it. Thankfully, no, there's no beeping.
Okay.
No, thankfully, there's no beeping, but it won't let me reset it at all. So there's just water in the bottom. I took everything out. So yeah, Ace is coming out this week.
Thank goodness for Ace Hardware Home Services.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a new front door, and we're running into jam issues. So I might have to call the Ace people as well. I don't know. They're saying it's
What
like
kind
a
of door
double.
are you looking for?
It's like a double jam, double wide, and people are saying it's like
You got some good corners in the house.
yeah. Nothing's ever easy.
No,
That's the solution I've come to.
except with our friends at Ace Hardware Home Services. Okay, let's take our last break here on the PHLY Eagles post-game show. On the other side, the great E.J. Smith, our Eagles insider, joins us from the link. Now, he has promised us an interesting hat
Yes.
for this hit.
What are we predicting?
An interesting
Stay tuned
hat
for that.
I'm going Elmer Fudd.
That's where my head
Yeah.
went. I could see EJ trying
With
to pull
the
that
flap,
off. Yes, with the
yeah.
flaps.
Yeah.
I'm going his dad's Kangol.
Oh, that would be good.
Reindeer hat.
Reindeer
It
hat's
could be a
good.
Christmas
Yeah.
hat.
That looks like a chipmunk.
Stay tuned. Find out. Got that first snow of the season today, and you know what that means? It means testing your house. Are you ready? Is your heat working? Do you have a leaky faucet? We came into the office today, had a leaky roof all over the floor. Good thing. Ace Hardware Home Services comes in handy with whatever you need around your house in terms of repairs. From heating repairs to water heaters, plumbing, and electrical, their trusted local pros bring the same helpful service you know from Ace right to your home. Whether it's a quick fix or a bigger winter project, the people at Ace Hardware Home Services have the tools, the know-how, and the people to get it done right. Ace Hardware Home Services, bringing helpful to your home. Visit acehardwarehomeservices.com today to get started. We love our friends at Ace Hardware Home Services.
Guys, are you like me? You procrastinate every holiday season and then you don't know what to get that special someone in your life? It's easy. Aura Frames. It's personalized. You can preload it, and every digital frame arrives in a premium gift box. It's a home run gift every single time. So for a limited time, save on the perfect holiday gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter. By using promo code PHLY at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code PHLY. This deal is exclusive for listeners, and frames sell out fast. So order yours now to get in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Don't drop the ball this holiday season. Aura Frames. Get one. You won't regret it.
We're back on PHLY. We have fun here. Come on. Let's go. We're going to win 31-0. PHLY Eagles podcast presented by Bet365 and Ashley, Fran Duffy, Jamie Lynch, E.J. Smith.
Radford calling me out.
In a little bit.
When will I learn, he says. Learn about what? Did I miss that reference?
Maybe he's talking about the talking during the ad. And he thought that that was you.
Maybe.
When it was just me making a joke. Can't turn it off. Okay. Any other little leftovers before we get to EJ? One thing I thought was interesting, and you were right about this, was when they take out Jalen and put in Tanner McKee, you got to take out the other guys too. You can't just let Tanner be out there with the ones.
With AJ and Devontae.
So AJ and Devontae are out.
Right.
Obviously, we know that Tanner McKee and Darius Cooper have an amazing connection. That looks good. Darius Cooper looks like a star. But the offensive line, a little bit interesting. You go Drew Kendall replacing Cam Jurgens at center, Brett Toth replacing Landon Dickerson at left guard, and Matt Pryor replacing Jordan Mailata at left tackle. Steen and Fred Johnson stay on.
Yeah, it's about what we expected. You know, what we were talking about, all right, who's going to be in, who's going to be out. I think when you're looking at the dynamics at play when you know Jalen Hurts is coming out, yeah, like they had to make those other changes as well.
And we should also say, as we're talking big picture, that the reports from this morning, the National People, that Lane Johnson expected to return to practice this week, pointing towards playing next week against the Commanders. He has his dalliance with the dreaded harlot Liz Frank coming to an end.
Whew, that's gonna be nice. I mean, what's the word on Jalen Carter? What are we expecting timeline wise? Has there been any whispers here?
BG playing like that, who needs him?
I mean, yeah, potentially.
He's on IR, right?
No,
No IR. Okay, so it's no IR. All right.
so he could
Yeah, 'cause he was
theoretically.
inactive today. So
Yeah, right.
I mean, adding 2 All-Pro caliber players here down the home stretch, as Stella's getting her groove back. Hopefully, that's pretty big.
what do we got going on over there?
I think Fran's iPad is getting excited.
Oh, this is you're really taking Vinny's place.
I had to shut off the iPad so EJ could see us. That's what the issue was. So I just kicked Fran's iPad out.
You kicked Fran.
That's what it
Does that
is.
mean that we have EJ?
EJ's ready.
All right. Well, in that case, let's send it to the link. Our Eagles insider EJ Smith is with us. Hello,
I don't
EJ.
have audio.
Oh, he doesn't have audio.
You guys are muted on my end.
Do you hear us now?
Yes, I got you now.
Okay. This is it. This
This
is
is
the
a
hat.
little
This
bit
is
of
the
a
hat?
This is a hat letdown.
What do you mean? I mean, I didn't say it was like a crazy hat. It's not a positivity beanie, benevolent beanie. It's nothing crazy, but it's keeping.
It's a nice
me warm.
hat.
I mean, it's a fine hat, but you teased it on the kickoff show like you had a
No,
hat you were
I
looking
didn't.
forward to showing us.
I overpromised and underdelivered. I wasn't trying to make it sound like the hat was cool. It was just necessary. It's cold out here, guys. I mean, I'm worried my phone is going to blow over from the intense wind down here at the south side of the stadium. So, this is a good look at what the conditions were like for the game. But no, I was just like relieved I had a hat. That's really all I was saying.
Ethan in the chat is correct. He says we've been fan fished by EJ's hat.
I had to watch a tape back on that. I didn't make it, I wasn't trying to make it sound like this.
As
this
I
is a
read,
special hat.
Jamie, you correct me if I'm wrong, but my memory of it was, hey, thanks guys. I'll talk to you in the postgame show. Oh, and by the way, I cannot wait to show you this hat.
There was a big
the
tease
postgame
element of
show.
it.
I'm really excited for it. I've been thinking just especially for today.
That's how I remember it.
No, it's just I just needed the hat. That's all. But listen, I just came from the Eagles locker room. It was a quick locker room. Guys were like out of there very quickly with more stuff. My phone wasn't all over, but yeah, we got some notes that we got to get through.
Let's get to it. EJ's notebook, presented by your company here.
The good people at PHLY, right? First and foremost, Brandon Graham broke the team down in the locker room after the game. Obviously, he had a multi-sack game. We heard from BG. He said that he apologized to Kenny Pickett. He said Kenny Pickett was just the guy in the way today. But no, I mean, it was kind of an important part of what has become a remarkable story. And Nick Sirianni said that wasn't lost on him. So he broke the defense or broke the team down in the post-game locker room. The next one is sticking with Saquon. Saquon Barkley talked about two things that were a big part of the offensive game plan that really worked for the Eagles well today. The first was the fact that they stuck with the run, even though he wasn't as productive early in the game. Their willingness to stick with it. He said that Kevin Patullo deserved a lot of credit for sticking with the run game and getting things going that way. And the other thing that Saquon said that I found interesting is that he said that they dictated terms to the Raiders defense. And I think you saw that in the way that they played. So, Nick Sirianni kind of downplayed this being maybe an identity for the Eagles offense today, but I think it's clear from watching that performance that this is something they can build on. And that's the last one. Is this something that they can build on? Obviously, this was a extremely dominant defensive performance. To have a shutout in the NFL is no small feat, but offensively, I think that they did uncover some things that they can build off of. I think it's important to remember that this Raiders team maybe isn't the greatest defense, but still some hints of an identity, I think is my big takeaway from the offense in this game.
There you go, EJ's notebook. Thank you very much. Let's start with just the vibe. I know that there were the guys got out of there quickly, but you told us that last week was the first time where they sort of really felt down, even though it was the third straight loss in a row. Was there Was there this was just kind of business taken care of, or was there a bit of more jubilation to the fact that they were able to come out and look like who they wanted to look like?
No, I definitely think there was joy in that post-game locker room. An Eagles staffer walked by and said, "Yeah, I mean, you guys don't have anybody to interview. Everyone's out of here quickly." But I think you saw guys in their street clothes on the way out. They were in good moods. It wasn't like a locker room that felt like business as usual. I mean, I knew we expected them to beat the Raiders, but I think that the message in the locker room afterward was one about how dominant the defense was. How special that is. Nick Sirianni. I thought I was going to get to the locker room and be able to quiz players about when's the last time an Eagles defense had a shutout, but Nick Sirianni had shouted that out in the post-game breakdown, apparently. So they all
2018 against Washington.
The Commanders. Yep. So yeah, no, that was definitely, I definitely got the sense when we walked in that we had just entered a room that just had a big celebration for sure. So, and I had a funny note for you guys. Tank Bigsby, I don't know if you guys are familiar. I've never heard of the Heezy in this context. Tank Bigsby was running around with like athletic tape, throwing it off of players' chests, trying to like catch on their chest hair, and was very disappointed that Jalen Hurts does not have chest hair, so he couldn't get the starting quarterback with his off the Heezy game.
He's got the Ben Johnson going.
He does have the Ben Johnson going, yes. But why is this a no sell? You don't like the off the Heezy story?
I'm just trying to think. Like,
I don't.
is someone going to ask Jalen if he's like a shave all over? Does he wax? Like, we gotta get to the bottom of this in the press conference.
Won't be me. It's not going to be me.
This is an interesting subplot. I feel
a joyful locker room. Yeah.
All of a sudden,
we don't need to talk about. Yeah.
This is the most interesting reporting that any Eagles reporter can do down the stretch.
What are we calling this game?
I'm not going to do any reporting on Chester. Off the Heezy, like the kids would say, like off the Heezy. I think it's like an NBA Jam or like
yeah. That's what it takes me back to.
Yeah. I got no other reporting on this, and I will not be doing any more reporting on the people who are susceptible or not susceptible to the game that Tank Bigsby plays.
Time for me to bust out the chops. I've been waiting for something to get me back in the game.
Someone go up to the roof and turn on the bat signal for Bo.
Wolf's Den. Yeah, the Wolf's Den is open.
This
right?
could be it. This is very exciting. All right. Thank you, Tank Bigsby. In terms of just watching the game there from the stands, EJ, the defense we've sort of talked about. I mean, awesome performance, but took care of business. What did you think about just the way that they approached the game offensively and sort of the game plan? And I guess, did you have any color on that from the locker room?
Yeah, just the amount of under center that they ran, and again, like the consistency.
By the way, I have a note on that. I didn't follow up. Highest percentage of under center for an Eagles team since 2016.
Wow.
By far the highest of the Sirianni era.
Okay.
Yeah, to me, I think that Jalen Hurts, not just the way that he played, but the way that he operated within the scheme stand out to me. The willingness to be under center, the willingness for more of the RPR, the RPO game to be a big function of the offense. I asked Nick Sirianni about that, and he said that these are always things that they want to get to offensively. They're always, components of the Eagles' offense, but we have not seen them, be this big a part of the offense very much this season. So I think Jalen's, the willingness and the openness to be a part of those elements of the scheme and to be productive in them, I think that is a really big. It's a building block. Like I said, it's something that they can build off. Again, I think we knew that the offense would probably look better against this Raiders defense, but I think the process of finding an identity was an important step for this group. Just even if you take the opponent out of it, if you tell me that they're starting to find answers and they're starting to figure out what they do well, I think that is significant.
So in the off the Heezy thing, it's like a balled up roll of tape. What is the adhesive using?
It's like a balled up roll of ankle tape. You find them everywhere in every locker room ever. Yeah, okay. It definitely is probably not as sticky, but
got it. Okay.
I think if you throw it at the right person, it probably sticks. But it did not. Like I said, Jalen Hurts was not susceptible to Tank Bigsby's tactics here.
I'm surprised it requires hair to stick.
It shouldn't need
else
necessarily,
is it
but
gonna
easier
stick
to
to?
stick. Yeah, more uncomfortable if it
Just
sticks
skin.
to hair.
No, I mean,
Not if
it's
it's
not
a
that sticky.
gentle toss.
Oh, yeah.
He's not like going and smacking it up.
Yeah, but
there.
you could fire one in
it's
there.
definitely like he's
if you
tossing
whip
it
it.
up.
Yeah. Also, it depends on is it like more a little bit meatier part of the breast, or is it like right in the middle of the chest where then it's just going to be a backboard? It's not going to stick. It depends on where.
I don't
you
like
hit.
where we're going with this now.
I would like. What is the? Do we have the A dot on for Bigsby there? Like, what's the average depth of toss?
Yeah.
Is he like
Oh,
really?
it's short.
Is he close? Is he across the locker room?
No, it's like late career Drew Brees, A-Dot. Yeah, it's very short. Yeah.
Important question from the chat, EJ. Would it stick on you?
Really getting personal. I mean, I feel like the chat could probably guess what the case is here. I mean,
Wow, the imagination
I would
is running
say-
wild right now.
no surprises with me there. I think it's probably what you'd expect. Yeah.
Now I don't know what that means. That makes me somehow more curious.
I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say the beard. I think it's
yeah, like
it's an extension of the beard.
Yeah. Do I look like a guy who shaves constantly? That's the question I'd ask the chat. Answer the question with the question.
Well, that's a good reminder to bring us to the other important thing that happened today. And this game was over during the pregame show when you told us that that your wife was there at this game tailgating with a bunch of the other nurses. I mean, we got baby nurses going to the game. Of course they're going to win this game. You can't get better vibes than that.
This is a group of women, and well, I think it was all women today. It was a group of women that take care of babies with heart problems. Like, you can't get much better vibes than those people. They got here early.
And what have the Eagles been for the past month? Babies with heart problems.
Yeah, maybe
They've
it
been
was
acting
meant to
like
be.
babies and they've been playing with no heart. Thank God they were there today. They turned the season around.
And my wife's initial score prediction, I gave her four stabs at it, but her initial one was 31 points. So she got that part right. She didn't predict a shutout. She's not too much of a homer. But she did better than me, honestly. I was expecting a low-scoring game.
I love how Julia's presence there obviously brought good vibes. Your attempt at bringing good vibes was that chipmunk with antlers from Thursday.
Paige loves it.
The chipper chipmunk. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
The chipper
Yeah,
chipmunk.
she was very excited.
Oh, beautiful.
We got to break. I think we got to break that news here that she is now in possession. Your daughter.
Yeah, she is.
Of the positivity prancer.
The right
So it looks like a reindeer to a
direction,
4-year-old, EJ.
All right. Well, that makes two of us that think it looks like a reindeer, but my co-host, the no sell continues. But listen,
My wife thought it was a
they are
dog
1-0. I mean,
Very spirited
it's probably
discussion
dog
in the
toy.
chat as it continues about the amount of men with beards and no hair, the rest of their body. But you know,
I mean, that's a pretty strange combo. It's
Weigh
like you can't trust a guy. Listen, I'm not saying this, but my dad would always tell me you can't trust a man with a beard and no mustache. Like, kind of the same genre there,
I
right?
mean, he's
Anti-
100% right about that.
Yeah.
Anti-chin
I
strap.
don't want to offend anybody, but yeah. I mean,
Well, I feel like Michael Jordan was fairly hairless, so the ergo Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts is
That
a
does make sense.
body waxer.
That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Good angle.
this is not where I thought our locker room discussion would go. Honestly, I shouldn't be surprised.
It's a feel-good win. Let's feel good. You know what I mean? Do you think that this is sustainable?
Do I think it's sustainable? It's a good question. I think that the defense is good enough to carry them through postseason games. And I think that the offense is figuring out some of the things they can lean on to be competent. So do I think that this team is all of a sudden a Super Bowl contender? Again, not quite there yet, but I think I feel a little bit better about the formula that I think they have, which is the defense pitches, not a shutout, but a lights out game, and the offense puts together a couple of, high variance drives, explosive, maybe rely on explosive plays and this run game at times during games to kind of just again, be average I think that's all we've been asking for the last few weeks. So slightly sustainable, I would say. But yeah, again, this isn't going to change my my evaluation too much.
You need the offense to take a page out of Adoree Jackson's book. C's get degrees.
Yeah, I mean, that guy, yeah. No, well, honestly, that guy's played so much better the last couple of weeks. You know, it's like, it's been interesting to talk to him week in and week out. Like, his confidence never wavered, and now really starting to see it on the field. Obviously, again, weaker competition today, but still, he had a couple nice plays and has really settled in.
All right, if you are a diehard, you can check out Fran Duffy's draft guide for the 2026 season. And also, you'll be able to read EJ's column coming off the game today. What will you be writing about, Mr. Smith?
The question you just asked me, which is like, how to parse out, you know, my former colleague, Jeff McClain, used to always call these games nothing burgers, right? And I actually, you know, I texted one of my other former colleagues and bet $100 that he would call this game a nothing burger, you know, because it is. It's like this game went about how you'd expect. But I think there are still things you can learn from this one. And I think that's what I want to write about, is like, what can you take from this? What do you throw out with, you know, the matchup being a lopsided one? You know, really, what does this mean for the grand scheme of things for the Eagles? And I think it's an interesting question.
All right, well, we look forward to reading that on allphly.com. EJ, did you know, by EPA per dropback and success rate, the best game of Jalen Hurts' career?
Yeah, so stick that up your 15-mile-an-hour wind stat and whatever, and smoke it, right? I mean, I don't know if it was 15 miles an hour.
Stick it up and smoke it.
I don't know. I don't remember the expression, but but yeah, I mean, I came on the pregame show talking about Jalen Hurts' 15-mile-an-hour win plus games and how it hasn't been great. And no, he played really well today. And I thought that, I'm sure you guys talked about it, but I thought that the celebration for the post route to AJ in the end zone, literally right next to me here, I thought that was telling on, you know, it's like he's hearing, you know, conversation about him getting benched all week. You know, he just gotten nicked up with I think it was probably either an ankle or a knee, some kind of lower body injury. To throw that touchdown pass there and have that, you know, release, I think that was a significant moment, probably one that we will remember if this team does make some noise in the postseason as a turnaround moment for this offense.
For that to be like a walk-off moment, too, for the game as well. Like, it's like, all right, like 13 minutes left in the game. Like, all right, Tanner, you can go in now with the rest of the twos. So it was, that was a big moment, certainly.
Yeah, everybody wanted to see Tanner so bad, so they get to see Tanner now, right? That's there's some significance there.
Yep.
Well said. All right, EJ, thank you so much.
I love a good story. Yeah. It's just like good storytelling right there from Jalen Hurts, right?
Yes, absolutely. Good storytelling and good waxing out of Jalen Hurts. Maybe he's waxing poetic on the game afterwards. Okay, thanks, EJ. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 2 o'clock on the PHLY Eagles show.
All right, guys. Talk soon.
Cool hat.
TJ.
All right.
He handed up the hat. That was disappointing.
It's a great job by EJ. Good hit. He definitely gaslit us about the hat situation.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Reports are it has gotten absolutely freezing outside from my wife.
Lovely.
Nice.
So it is very cold out.
Beautiful.
All right. Well,
Be careful out there tonight, everybody.
The Flyers are playing right now, so make sure you check out the PHLY Flyers post-game show with our friends who are here. Final thoughts here on the Eagles' 31-0 domination of poor Kenny Pickett and the Las Vegas Raiders, Fran.
Yeah, I mean, just a total team effort in the win and exactly what you're hoping for. If you, again, were optimistic that this team could turn it around and make some kind of run and make some noise here in the postseason, this is what you want to do. I said at the top, good teams dominate bad teams, and that's what you saw here from the Eagles today.
Yeah, I don't want to make too much of it that they fixed what was wrong, but it was certainly about as good of a step as you could take in righting the wrongs of the past couple weeks. Everything went well. They were disciplined. Jalen was good. The defense was great. I think Uncle Vic, that stat about 45 yards on the first drive and 31 after the rest of the game.
It's crazy.
I mean, Uncle Vic is...
Fewest yards given up in 2 seasons.
That's
in the entire
wild.
NFL.
I don't care who your opponent is. Those are professionals in the NFL. Like, that's nasty work.
Eagles defense does the job, domination, and the offense bounces back. Does what they need to do. Jalen Hurts once again, 12 of 15 for 175 yards, 3 touchdowns, a 154.9 passer rating, the second best of his career. And all of a sudden, everybody can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief as the Eagles now point towards a game next Saturday against the Washington Commanders. That'll do it.
And you're going to get the greatest Eagle ever back, Lane Johnson.
There you go.
That's an extreme positive.
Shots fired at A.J. Dillon. But
no, I've made the case.
nevertheless.
The bit of the record with and
Yes.
without him continued on. And
Yeah.
two-time champion, maybe best at his position ever. Yeah.
And maybe from one ex-Eagles back up to another, if it's Mariota next week instead of Jaden Daniels.
I got to think it's going to be that'll be Mariota again.
Why would you put Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
The guy's already an injury-prone player with his style of play.
Yeah.
Why risk it? What are you doing? Get ready for next year.
Guess we'll find out. That'll do it. We are back tomorrow, 2 o'clock, for the regular PHLY Eagles show. Fran will be breaking down the snappy snaps and much more coming your way this week on PHLY. Thanks to everybody for watching and listening. Leave a comment below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. For all of us here at PHLY, as always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.